by a 50.
And before that, track and playing field. Do you think they gave the revenue to the state that these casinos do? Not even close.
Right.
Not even close. So maybe we should be looking at what we're paying our government in Hartford. And I mean, I know, a town selectman in this town, I believe the $62,000.
Not even. Right.
But it's, I mean, that's just the way I see it anyways. And another thing is,
I think it's a lot of double standard.
It is. I mean, but Mike, if you gave me your money, like we give the state our money,
Yeah.
I'd spend it any way I wanted to.
Right.
Kind of like, did we really need to put up new signs up on 395?
Or renumber the.
All we had to do was cover the old numbers up with the new number. Did we really have to put?
I
Exactly.
think it was phenomenal, Bert. I
Yeah.
gotta tell you.
That pizza is like, I have people, 3 weeks before Thanksgiving, Facebooking me. When you doing the Thanksgiving pizza? When are you doing the Thanksgiving pizza? But you got to give the people what they want.
Right.
Were those people Facebooking you all Terry Sumner?
Oh no.
Who is like the biggest promotional
Yeah.
advertising person
Terry,
around?
he's an unbelievable gentleman. I to be honest with you, I just don't have the time anymore. I miss my Thursdays with Terry and Mike. We used to have such a blast on Thursdays. I mean, it was something I looked forward to every week, And, it was, who did we have this week? Who was coming in to speak this week? What was the topic we were going
Right.
to talk about? It was always different, and it was always exciting. And you never knew really what was going to happen until we got on the air, And
That's pretty much true. It's the way
Yeah.
it always usually works out.
but that's what made it so fun, was because you really didn't know what was going to happen. Ooh,
We're like Seinfeld.
What's Mike going to say today? Is Mike going to talk about his weight? Yeah, he does all the time. He was the biggest person that would pick on himself more. But I always say, if you can't pick on yourself, who can you pick on?
You can't.
That's right.
Speaking of weight, Brian, you look like you've
You've all lost.
you've
some.
lost weight.
Say,
Now, does that have to do with campaigning and everything? Because you were like on fire, crazy, nuts, back and forth everywhere. If there was an event to be had, Brian Lanou was there. If there was anything going on, if people were breathing, Brian Lanou showed up. I really think he has learned how to trilocate, during this whole election process. And I think there's really two other of him running around somewhere in different. It's kind of like Mickey Mouse. If Mickey Mouse is in Epcot, he doesn't come out at the Magic Kingdom at the same time.
That's right.
That's what's happening with Brian Lanou. I'm convinced.
I'll tell you, I went to at the VJ parade this summer in Plainfield. We had the Republican float. They put my 4x8 sign on the side of a truck for the first time. People were all excited, saying, "Oh my God, Kevin James is here!"
Hey, Mike, I just came up with a solution how me and you can both lose weight.
How's that?
We'll get into politics.
Oh, hell no.
We'll get into politics, and they just won't.
Section, you
Yeah.
can definitely tell.
So now the key is keeping it off during the session. So
Well, during session and when you're in with all the other reps, can you eat snacks?
you can.
Good.
Don't do it, Brian. Just don't do it.
You know why? Wait a minute. You know why Mike's asking that? Because now he's thinking about politics, making sure that he can have his snacks.
If I can have snacks too,
Yeah,
because if I
yeah.
can have snacks,
Because let me tell you, every Thursday morning when I used to go into the radio station, okay, there would be a breakfast sandwich or something.
Yeah.
They've been in this town for a long time. Charlene always says, "Oh, you do so much for the community." And I look at Charlene and I said, "Charlene, I only been doing it for 10 years in this town. Doing it for 40 years in this town. I got big shoes to fill her shoes."
Yeah.
Okay, because she's always involved in something. I mean, she's supposed to be retired, and you'll go in there and she's in there working. But it's in her blood.
speaking about the community, let's get into a different subject too. And Brian, I'd like to get your take on it as well, because both you gentlemen are local businessmen, as well as going up to Hartford and, well, of course, being a local businessman.
Yeah.
A place like this right here, the Slater Mill, where you have new businesses opening up, like Brand and Used and Gibson Guitars and TM Shenanigans. which if you haven't been in there, take a look through there. There's some really good gift items and stuff. Really cool. Same thing. I bought 3 pairs of pants from Brand Spanking Used, and I got them for $17.
That bring other people from other communities into our town.
Uh-huh.
Because once you come to my place, if you're not from in town, you're going to get treated like family, and they're going to be like, next time we're in town, we're going to go back there.
Yep.
The owner comes out and talks to you, asks how your food is. Yeah, I just think it brings more people to our town. Plus, it builds more jobs in our town. And then people are not going out of town, going to the Crystal Mall to shop. They're going to come and shop our local, And I mean, I couldn't believe some of the crafts out here and stuff that I seen. I mean, I was really impressed that you can't get some of this stuff some places. I don't care where you go. I mean,
that's key. That's key right there. If you can't get it somewhere else and you can get it here, that's something that brings you in.
It's kind of like what reminds me here of town of Killingley. Okay, they have a place called Heart and Home on Main Street. That's been there for years and years and years. There's things that you can get there that you can't get anywhere else in town.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things here that I see that I haven't seen anywhere else.
Yeah.
To me, I think it's a plus for the town for this to be a vibrant. I mean, this used to be a great. Every Sunday, this place was packed. We used to have a steakhouse here in this building. I don't think that other businesses coming to our community, whether it be a restaurant, a gift shop, or whatever, is going to hurt us. I think it's going to make us
No, the question
stronger.
is does it help you?
It does help us
Yeah, there you
because it brings the people here that have never came to this town.
Brian, you have something to
Here,
say about
Brian,
that.
and why don't you give us your views?
Yeah, I'd like
And give us your view on as a local businessman instead of the state rep.
Okay, I'm gonna do both actually.
All right, go
I'm gonna totally echo with what Bert said, but absolutely, the more businesses, these businesses that are opening up, they do well. Our employees, those employees are gonna need a place to live, and eat, and they're gonna eat at Bert's. They're gonna eat at some of the other local restaurants. They're gonna need to buy groceries. That's going to help the grocery industry, and they're going to need a place to live. That's going to help me. So, absolutely, it rises all boats. The tide rises all boats, no doubt about it. On the state rep side, I got to get it in there.
That's all right.
That's my other hat. I met with a couple. They're both in their 90s, great people, and we had that discussion about businesses, and they said that there was more businesses here, more industry, more of a manufacturing base back in the 50s and the 60s, and they said during that time when we were at a manufacturing height in our community here in Griswold, guess how many grocery stores there were? They both told me this individually.
How many?
12.
In Jewett City.
In Jewett City. In the town of Griswold itself, only in the town of Griswold, they had 12 grocery stores.
That's crazy.
Well, guess what those 12 grocery stores do? They employ people, based on, as a result of a manufacturing base that was in our town. Guess what? Every Thursday night, it's spaghetti and meatballs night. Where can we get a good pasta? Where's an awesome pasta sauce with great pasta and great meatballs? Bert Sorrell's. Right, we're gonna go Bert Sorrell's, and that's somebody who they want to get out of an apartment. They want before they maybe buy a house. They want to take that intermittent step. They come and see me. That's the idea of promoting business and showing that idea of we're not this big evil entity. We're regular people, that we have families, we care about our community, we want to make a living. Right. We get up in the morning to make a living, and I think society understands that. There was a time this far left liberalism that promoted that business is bad, business is evil, and I think there's been different programs on like Shark Tank and the Apprentice, and the one with Marcus Lemonis, showing that business owners were just people like anybody else, wanting to make a living and work for ourselves. And I think I commend these people here. Slater Mill Mall absolutely will compliment me and other businesses, and I think in addition to them, I'd love to see a good, strong manufacturing base come back to this state, to this district. The craftsmanship of our people, the residents here, are second to none. If that comes in, good, clean technologies, new technologies, we're not talking about going back to the turn of the last century where they're dumping dyes into the rivers and everything else.
Right.
And all the smokestacks. we're talking about the new novel ideas, the new technologies. Let them come to these places where
Right.
a lot of the old sites of the old mills, the old be retrofitted into the new technologies. We have it all here, and if we can be that ground for the breeding ground for new technologies, new innovation, where we tap into our youth and our young people, and these new businesses come in, we don't know which one will be the next billion-dollar idea.
Right.
And just think about the ones.
That's key right there. Nobody does know when the next
No.
billion-dollar idea is.
And people are tired of California and all the regulations. I can't see why we can't have that. A good, solid, new type of Silicon Valley right here, and
Yes.
being in the wealthiest quarter. And our young people coming up with some awesome ideas. I had dinner with the Philippine ambassador to the United States a couple of weeks ago. I was talking about my district, and he's interested in some of the things we're trying to do. I was talking about a couple of young ladies in Sterling, agricultural town. That's where they come from. They're studying, vertical agriculture, growing in a vertical space where you can grow more food in a much more confined area. Recyclable water using fish fertilizer. They're trying to build better mousetraps.
Recyclable water?
Yeah.
What's that?
In other words, you can keep recycling the water. You can cultivate with less water using fish fertilizer. Fish fertilizer demands less water, so you can recycle the water, and there's a contraption where you can keep the water, the fish fertilizer, the fertilizer from the fish void. You can cultivate those vertical spaces.
Okay.
And their arms wide open. Russell Gray and Lincoln Cooper, they want them in there. They want them to come to the industrial park. Innovation in there. Let's get innovative again, and let's encourage that. A town like Sterling is phenomenal.
Well,
let's get the state on board.
The state, like the town of Sterling, that's one of the last towns in the state of Connecticut that you can pretty much do anything. There's not a lot of ordinances in that town. They do that because they want to be able to have businesses or these manufacturers and stuff, and it doesn't hold them back from coming to this town because there's not a lot of hurdles you need to jump to be able to start it. You can start a home business out of your home, and a lot of people don't know this because if you don't know Sterling, you would know the ordinances or whatever in that town.
Well, that's another example. There's a lady up there, fantastic individual. She has a lot of home gardens, grows all kinds of vegetables and whatnot. She wants to can that, make soup stock, different things, and the state regulations require right now that she has to go to a commercial kitchen, pays thousands of dollars, which would essentially eat up all her profits.
Right.
So right now it's not advantageous for her to even start. Now if she starts that and she becomes very, very successful, right, and she's right there in that town, although if she becomes a national brand, guess where those headquarters are going to be? Right there in Sterling.
Sterling.
Again, a great individual, great person from a great town.
And then it brings more revenue to that town.
Absolutely.
And what town doesn't want more revenue? To be honest with you, I don't live in this kiss the kids because that's just the way, everybody's wired differently. Me and you are,
Sure.
But I would move to this community in a heartbeat, and I think that's why bringing new people into this town, because I never would have knew about this town. Okay, I had never came to Jewett City in my life until I bought my restaurant here 11 years ago, and I would have never known the people in this town and how good this town is and how the town comes together when something happens. Or it's a phenomenal community. It is. I love it. I really do.
See what you look at. I like to look at a map, and the map shows we're halfway between Boston and New York. We link two of the major highways. Business-wise, it's a home run. You come and visit this community, you put your feet on the ground, you just see how wonderful we are and how wonderful. And you don't want to leave Griswold, you don't want to leave Sterling or Voluntown, Lisbon, Plainfield, great communities. But they're not even looking at the map because they know right away Connecticut is so overregulated and overtaxed on the state level. It's not advantageous for us to even come here. Exactly. So let's take those caution signs down. make it advantageous for business, and I think that the towns sell themselves. The people sell themselves.
What are we going to do, Mike? We're going to do a walkthrough now?
Yeah, right now Kyle is he's doing the roving camera bit right now here at Slater Mill Mall. He is in a store called TM Shenanigans right now. He is showing you all of the merchandise that you could come here and peruse live. And today is a great day to really come on down. They're going to be here, I believe, till 4 is when they're going to be here. They have not just stuff in the store, but you can come down and have some mac and cheese that they're handing out, and some they were sweet and sour meatballs. I guess that they were they're homemade by Tina herself. There's muffins, there's food, there's gift certificates that they're giving away. There's Jen right there. No, it's not Jen. Is that Jen? Was that Jen?
What did you say? Betty Knox? She said hi?
Betty Knox said, "Hey, smile. Why don't you smile, Bert?"
Oh, well, sometimes Mike, usually when I'm around Mike, he makes me smile anyways because he keeps me upbeat. But thanks for listening in, Betty. And I hope your mom feels better. I seen on Facebook she wasn't feeling too well.
Mama Betty. We love Mama Betty.
I pray for Mama Betty every day. We love you, and we love her, and we love your family.
Mama Betty's fantastic.
She is. So he's now Kyle is continuing to go on down the road here as you can see, and checking out the other stores. There's the music store that's in there.
Wow, that's
it's
beautiful.
going on till 4 o'clock today, I believe. I believe it's 4 o'clock. And you could come down and enter to win a free $50 gas card. A free $50 gas card. No, I don't know about you, but I could use a $50 gas card. I think anybody. What about you, Brian, for going back and forth to Hartford pretty soon,
Do you have something where people are putting their names in or something?
Yeah, I actually checked with Tina from TM Shenanigans. She's the one that has that.
Why don't we add this? Why don't?
Yeah.
Brian, taking off, Brian. Well, thanks a lot, Brian.
Thank you so much. I just want to say something real quick here before again, Mike. It's always a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah,
both.
thanks for stopping by
Absolutely.
on short notice too.
And my pleasure. And I want to thank all these business owners for stepping up and investing in the community. I'll be meeting a couple of them more on the way out. But let me. I know we had kind of got right into it with Sean when I first came on today. But I just wanted to express my condolences to the Bush family. We lost a very, very good statesman last night, George H.W. Bush. He was always a man of character. He always put the country before personal ambition and political gain, and he was quite an individual. And
absolutely,
he was one of those people growing up when he was president. I remember I was in grade school at the time when the Gulf War was happening, and he was a man of strength and of character. And I just felt very safe with a man like that in the White House. I felt very comfortable as a child. Growing up in America with him being president, and he was actually one of the influences why I wanted to run for office someday. Right. And it was kind of like he was like the first really him and Reagan, the first real people I really got to look at, see as statesmen. And George H.W. was H.W. Bush was phenomenal, absolute phenomenal individual, and he's gonna be missed by this country. And I just wanted to ask everybody to keep him and his family in their prayers at this time. And Mike, it was a pleasure.
Pleasure seeing you as well, Brad.
I will be back soon, and as I'll be getting those committee assignments, I'll be submitting bills probably in December here.
Yeah.
And I'll be back to brief everybody on exactly what it was I submitted, what the bill entails, and again, anybody has suggestions for bills and ideas, please contact me. Let me know. Now is the time. Because we want this area to grow, and nobody understands business owners. Nobody understands somebody's business and industry like the business owner themselves. So
that's true.
Thank you so much.
Hey, man.
It was a pleasure, Bert. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys soon.
All right. It's Brian Lanou, the 45th District elect representative.
So what we're going to do is...
what are we going to do?
You have until 4 o'clock to come down here. They're doing a raffle for a $50 gas card.
And other things, too. There's gift certificates to each individual store.
And then what we're going to do, too, is put your name in and $50 gift certificate from Sorrell's.
Oh, look at that.
They're going to pick another name instead of picking one.
You got to tell Tina that. Tina.
Yeah.
Tina. Come here. Bert just anteed up everything here.
What we're gonna do is when you pick your name for your $50 gas card, you're gonna pick a second name, and we're gonna give a $50 gift certificate from Sorrells.
Oh, you're awesome.
Okay, so we'll give away some, but they have till 4 o'clock to get down here. Is that what it is?
Yep.
So you have till 4 o'clock to get down here to enter into the raffle, and who knows? I mean, you can win a $50 gift certificate to a gas card or a $50 gift certificate to Sorrells. I mean, what better way to feed the family in the holidays for free?
Absolutely.
You know.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for what you do. And I just wanted to say everything looks great. I mean, I was really impressed with some of the things that were here. And
Yeah, when I came in today and I saw everything lined up and everything and looking as good as it did, I was actually pretty taken aback. So
I think that, our community can actually come here instead of going to other places and shop local. I'm a small business person myself, and we can use all the help we can get. There's nothing better than shopping local and helping your community. I mean, because with all these businesses, it brings the jobs and the revenue and everything into our town, and it ain't going to do nothing but benefit us. All of us, because people that come here to shop might come and eat at my place or might eat at my place, and I tell them you got to go down to the Slater Mill Mall there because they have new shops down there. We all need to help each other because we're all for the same thing. We're all
shop
trying
local,
to feed
support local.
We're trying to feed our families and make a good business and do things for our community. And that's the bottom line. I tell my kids all the time, it doesn't matter how much money you make or anything like that, okay? Because when they do your obituary, it doesn't say he had a nice big house and a nice car. If I get remembered that I was a good father, a hard worker, and I did things for my community, I'm a success no matter how much money I make. No, you can't. Exactly. But thank you for everything you do, really.
So we still got a few more minutes, though.
Yeah, not a
How you
problem.
doing over there, Kyle, on video?
He's doing grand.
He's doing grand.
He's doing a great job on the video, though. Like, come on, the walk out and all, walk around and everything. I mean, we can sit here and talk all we want on the radio, but without guys like that, you can't do what we do.
No. Kyle makes it all happen.
Yeah, but you know what? People don't see the guys behind the scene. When you watch the football game on TV, Mike, all right, you don't see the cameramen. You don't see the people that produce it. You see the announcers and everything.
You don't see the gaffer.
No, you don't see the people that are doing the hard work behind the scenes that make it possible to do what we do.
Right.
So thank you for what you do. We really do appreciate it. Yeah. Hey, but we like to give credit where credit's due, though. And a lot of the credit goes to you guys. Not that me and Mike are the smiling face of the operation or anything. But I wish I had a voice like yours. You got a great radio voice. You always have since we were a kid. I mean, ever since skating. I mean, you've always had that knack on the radio or talking or speaking.
I think it's just a matter of just having the ability to not ever shut up.
Well, I mean,
I think that's Kyle's like, yeah, right on the nose. Kyle and I went to school together too, so he's got a
yeah,
good
but
call
I
on
don't
it.
think you'd be who you are and be what you're doing if you didn't.
No. The other thing